welcome members, welcome to today's Zoom session about a person you admired when you were in primary school. You are going to say who the person was, how you met him or her, why you admired him or her, and explain how you feel about him or her now. So, who the person was, past tense, how you met, past tense, why you admired, past tense, and explain how you feel, present tense. Okay, so 3 of the questions you're going to use the past tense verbs for speaking and explain how you feel, present tense. Okay, we have Maggie raising her hand. Are you ready for speaking, Maggie?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you can start now on the cue card.
Thank you. During my earlier school days, there were a number of tutors who raised the bar of their teaching methods to help learners excel. Today, I will talk about Mrs. Enos, who was my primary school teacher. This woman is of average height, dark in complexion, and has a brown, long hair. Mrs. Enos is friendly, committed, and strict when it comes to her lessons. I met her at our family gathering last December, that was 2021, when we were having our end of year party. She was introduced to me by my aunt, who is her course mate at school. I have a great admiration for her because she listens attentively to student complaints and gives counsel where appropriate. Furthermore, she makes sure that each learner understands the topic of the day, as well as give chances for everyone to improve no matter their intelligence level. I feel very excited when I see her because she helped me to read and write. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maggie. We have Rekha ma'am to comment on your speaking.
Yes, dear. Your speaking was narrative. You were able to use some personality trait to describe the person. So let us connect to those ideas. Like, firstly, it was this person who I met when I was so and so years. We could have given, some more additional info. So you're doing a great job, dear. Your fluency and content-wise is good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Daisy, are you ready for speaking?
Yes, ma'am.
You could start on the cue card.
Okay. Well, there are several persons that I really admire, but in this case, I would like to talk about my teacher when I was in primary school. For sure, I can never forget this person in my lifetime. Her name is Maria. She was my mathematics teacher, so I met her almost every day. More than a decade ago, I really respect her, so it can be said that she was my second mother and role model in the school. Moreover, in terms of her personality, she is an extremely compassionate, kind-hearted, and attentive person who always takes care of her student. Also, it was a long time ago since I met her in school, but I still keep contact her until now. I'm really grateful of that. She is both a teacher and a friend to me, as she always gives me valuable advice and knowledge as well. In addition, it can't be denied that she is very intelligent. She kept reminding her students to be more disciplined and have a strong-minded as well. Through her determination and perseverance, she has managed to make a success out of her career and student before me. And it really is something for me to look up, and I keep reminding myself every day to try be as strong as my teacher. A real life amazing woman for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daisy. Rekha ma'am will comment on your speaking.
Yes, Daisy. So, you've been able to use very good amount of connectors, dear, when you are connecting each idea, when you go in sequence, talking about the results. So, additional info, moreover, which is like, wow. But then when it comes to the present simple tense, like she gives me, not she give. So we will work on that. And apart from that, when it comes to here and there, one or two words, when it comes to past tense. So if that could be taken care of, yes, dear, it would be great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The person I admired back in primary school, her name was Cecilia Den. She was a friend I had just met when I moved to that new school. So I met her when I was put into the same class as her. And I admired her the most because her mother was a chef. So every time she would come to school, she would have so many different types of foods in her lunchbox. I was always mesmerized by the different types of recipes or foodstuffs that she would bring to school as compared to my ordinary lunchbox I would have. So yeah, I admired her to a point that I told myself maybe one day I would become a chef and I would explore so many recipes and cook so many different recipes or lunchbox packs for my children in the future. Now the person, we lost contact as we grew older, but we are seasonal friends. We greet each other once in a while. So I still feel we're not really friends anymore, but we talk here and there, which is not bad. So that's where we stand now, as we are now older. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think you wanted to say recipes. The word is pronounced as recipes.
Yes,
okay?
Recipes.
Okay, so Rekha Ma'am will comment on your speaking.
Thank you.
A little more additional information in the beginning. You could start off with, there are a lot of people who we as an individual get to meet in our day-to-day life. Or I have met a lot of people in my lifespan until now, with who I have been impressed. There are different qualities or personality traits in each individual that attracts me, that I admire. However, to name one, this is a person, and that's how you get into the speaking when it comes to the cue card there.
Okay,
please provide additional info. Yes, a bit when it comes to, as ma'am just explain, that is pronunciation. We will take care of the pronunciation. So you were going good. You had good lexical resource too. So if you could add on a bit more content to your speaking, you will be a very good speaker too.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we have Loveridge. Loveridge, you can start speaking now.
Okay, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening to you.
Everyone has a special person in their life whom they admire too. Some consider their father or other family member to look up to, whereas other people has a special person in their life whom they fascinates the most. It all comes down to a person's individual choice. But here I have decided to talk about one person who fascinates me the most when I was in primary school. He was my math teacher. His name is Rahul Sharma. Actually, he was my all-time favorite teachers when I was in primary school. The biggest reason behind it that he was always friendly to all the students, and he always made us comfortable in different situations. Even he was our math teachers. He also played a role of mentor for us, and he was my role model. He always taught us about the importance of time. He told us that once a time goes, it never comes back. Even the principal of school, our principal of school also use it to ask about some questions and opinions before making any important decision for the school. He is still in my contact, fascinates me a lot during that days, because at that time he motivated me to do hard work in my studies. He is still in my contact, and whenever I need to call, I need to talk, I want to talk with them, I call them. So that was a person who I admired him a lot, and he fascinates me when I was in primary school.
Okay, thank you so much, Lovepreet. Rekha ma'am will comment on your speaking.
Yes, dear. So when it comes to speaking, we will have to take care of first thing singular, plural. When we use the word plural word, that is people, we are going to be using the helping verb have, HAVE. People have, okay, and then they fascinate is the right word. When you're using singular, he or she fascinates, they fascinate, okay. Now apart from that, indirect speech that we could work on, dear. So we will work a bit on grammar. So your content wise you're doing okay, you know that you need to add additional info, you explain things in sequence, so that is all fine. So you know the structure of it. So we will just, throw light on this part of speaking, dear. You could do a better job.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, dear. Yes, when it comes to the speaking, dear, we will avoid this word called as mum. It is a very colloquial word, or rather considered to be informal. So I will use the word mother instead. Next one, when you use this intensifier like very good, so instead of this very good, we could use the word excellent, fascinating, mesmerizing. Instead, these are very strong words, standardized as well, dear, because good is a very common word. We will avoid that in speaking, because even if your content is good, if the words are common, the scores would come down, dear. That's the reason. Okay? So apart from that, let's concentrate. Yes, dear. So let's concentrate a bit on past tense, here and there, not every word, but, few words here and there were incorrect when it comes to past tense. So if you could take care of these, yes, you could do a great job.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
One person whom I admired, one person who I had a great admiration for when I was in primary school was Mrs. Paul. She's tall, she's dark in complexion, she's slim. I like Mrs. Paul because I met Mrs. Paul when I was in class 4. Now that was when she was newly employed into the teaching profession. Then she taught social study. She is very cool, she's very honest, and she's very friendly. One of the reasons why I admired her so much then was that she teaches with passion. She had this passion for teaching. And another reason why I admired her so much was that whenever she's teaching us, she uses different teaching aids to teach us, so that it will be in order to put more light on what she's teaching us. And one of the teaching aids which she uses then was a cardboard in which she will draw, and she will show us what she is teaching us, so that we can understand well. Another thing that she used then to teach us was picking 2 or 3 pupils to act a short drama, so that we can understand what she's teaching us. Apart from that, Mrs. Paul was a very honest person. She taught us to be honest to our teachers, to our parents, and to everyone in the society. And after my primary school, we lost contact, but I admired her so much because of the impact because of the knowledge that she has impacted on us, and for the fact that she taught us to be honest to everyone. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, dear. Thank you so much. And here we need to work on, of course, your pronunciation a bit, dear, that's all. So you had good content to speak on. There were pauses in between. Probably you were a little conscious. And we were repeating words, words like she was honest, in the beginning and at the end as well. So let's avoid repetition, dear. Let's paraphrase, let's use a different, info about, related to the topic, instead of repeating the same content or rather same words. We could at least have similar words instead. You could talk about another personality trait of that person as well, because you do not find much of a content to speak on. We could do that there.
Okay, thank you so much, Rekha ma'am.
When it comes to the topic, related to a specific topic, what we could do is, even before we start speaking, we can work on the kind of word choice. First thing, that is lexical resource, because that takes a very prominent role as well. Every other parameter is important, but this also does. So we will make sure we have the right kind of a word choice when we start to speak on the specific topic. That's going to benefit us. So slowly, probably, each parameter that we throw light on, so it would take some time, but then we will make sure we understand all the parameters of speaking, and we could adhere to it. Okay, this is what is expected out of us, but this is what I need to be giving.
Thank you so much. So I hope